Hello my owlets. It's been a while. Thank you to those who've stuck around or came back for this video even though I've been gone so long. I don't really have an explanation besides writer's block and lack of time. I started this video in May of last year and have been adding every few months, but writer's block hit really hard for so long. I have snippets of videos throughout the last year but nothing completed. But here we are now. 2 things before we get started. First, yes, this was inspired by Raven from Teen Titans. Second, this idea was given by Rainy Velazquez on my last Emotions Split video. I thought it was such a wonderful idea and wanted to do it justice, so here's my interpretation. Thank you all again for your support and patience. I don't know what else I'll get done in the future, but I hope you guys enjoy. You can't keep trading sleep for your games, kitten. Watch me. You need to take more care of yourself. I'm doing fine. You don't even eat unless I make you. Good thing you're around then. What are you going to do when I have to leave? I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. If that's what you want, pudding. Kuro watched as Kenma continued to quietly play his game as they walked. They were on their way to Bokuto's house to hang out. Are you sure you're up for it today? As long as it's just the 4 of us, it's fine. Anyways, I already promised Akashi. I'm glad you guys have gotten close. He understands what it's like dealing with you two. Bo and I are a lot of fun. You're even louder together. But fun. I'm getting tired just thinking about it. Well, you know we can leave whenever you want. Yeah. They finally arrived and Bokuto excitedly greeted them, and Kenma wondered why he agreed to leave the house. No, I'm not doing that again. Oh come on, why not? Because I threw up a whole bunch and had a tummy ache for days. But wasn't it worth it? Bokuto-san. It did get Akashi to take care of me. Bokuto-san, I'm not going to help if you do it again. Wah. But you're going into it knowing the consequences, so I'm not going to be as sympathetic. Bokuto pouted a bit before leaning onto his boyfriend who was next to him. They were all sitting on the floor in Bokuto's room. Fine. No fun. Kuro, stop trying to convince him. I know, kitten, it just would have been funny if he agreed again. I wouldn't have actually let him. Right. Guess we should think of something else to do. I'm sure you'll come up with something. Then Akashi and I will have to try to convince you guys not to. It'd be more fun if you both joined. Yeah, Kenma, you'd have fun. I'd rather just watch. That's okay, pudding. He patted Kenma's head and smiled at him. For now we can sit here and talk, yeah? Okay. Okuru. Before I forget, I have that movie you lent me. Can you grab it, Kenma? It's in the top drawer. Kenma sighed a bit before moving to open the drawer as he was the closest. He found the movie on top of the pile of junk, but also noticed something shiny in the drawer. Kuro. You gave that crystal thing to Bokuto? Bo. Sorry, I forgot it was in there. You said you got rid of it. I did. Bo wanted it, so I gave it to him. It looks cool. Kenma. Kenma sighed before pulling the movie out and handing it to Kuro. We could just watch a movie if you all can't think of something to do. If that's what you want, pudding. If that's okay with everyone else. I'd be fine with that. Bokuto-san? Yeah. We could make snacks too. They all stood up to head downstairs to make snacks and set up the movie. Kuro, I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be down in a bit. Okay, pudding. Kenma stood in front of the mirror, taking time to collect himself. For some reason being around people had been a lot harder the past few days. Can't you just get it together? It's just Akashi and Bokuto. And Kuro. He took a few deep breaths before stepping out to join the others, stopping before the door when he heard Bokuto. I'm sorry, I really forgot it was in there. He wasn't supposed to see it, Bo. But why not? He would have found out eventually. Especially if it happened again. I know. I just couldn't get myself to tell him, he would have been disappointed. He told me multiple times to just get rid of it. Then why didn't you? You've seen what it does. For one thing, who knows who would find it if we just toss it. And I just also thought it's not too bad. It helped you and Akashi. And Kawa and Iwazumi. Maybe it can help someone else later. A specific someone? Kenma turned back, quickly walking to Bokuto's room where he carefully pulled the crystal out of the drawer. He made his way back to the end of the hallway, making sure the others wouldn't notice before quietly rushing to the backyard. Akashi was quietly listening as Bokuto and Kuro talked and prepared snacks. The two had just started getting something from the cupboards and Akashi decided to stand a bit off to the side and out of the way when he noticed Kenma quickly rush out. Kenma. Bokuto-san, I'll be right back. Oh okay Akashi. Just hurry back. I'll try. When he walked outside, Kenma had his back to the door and Akashi could hear him mumbling and turning something in his hand. How does this stupid thing even work? Come on, just work already. This is too much energy, why am I doing this anyway? Whatever, just forget about it. Kenma. At the sudden voice, Kenma jumped a bit, tossing whatever was in his hands, turning to see Akashi before it landed on him. You don't think this is too much? The four of us can eat it all. Kenma probably won't have that much. Speaking of which, he's taking a while. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he's fine. But I wonder where Akashi went. We may have a problem. Huh? What do you mean Akashi? Why were you in the backyard? So many questions. Can we just go inside? Huh? Kenma, why were you outside? Are you okay? Kuro walked over and placed a hand on Kenma's forehead before it was knocked away. Before Kenma could speak, a voice came from behind. Oh yeah, we're fine. I wouldn't say that. I guess this isn't the best we could be. Oh my god, there are 4 Kenmas. Yeah there are, now could you quiet down for once? I'm guessing your rudeness. The Kenma Kuro was addressing simply rolled his eyes. What do you think? Yes, that's rudeness. I'm determination. The sleepy looking one is well, Sloth. And lastly we have knowledge. It's just the 4 of you? The other 4 ran off. So we have to go find them. That would be a good idea. Knowledge turned to the other 3 Kenmas. You 3 can wait here if you want. Don't tell me what to do. This would be a nice break, but it's easier to rest with him around. Him. Him. Rudeness. I think it'd be fun if we kept them a secret, don't you? As long as I don't have to do much, it doesn't matter to me. Then it's decided, it's a surprise. How are we supposed to find them if we don't know who we're looking for? We all look the same, it shouldn't be that hard. Well, this Kenma has an attitude. Sorry about him. Rudeness rolled his eyes again. Do you want to get started on the search? Mumbles like you don't already know where they are. Knowledge elbowed Rudeness, earning him a glare. Sloth and I will go with Kuro. Determination can stay here and pick out a movie. Akashi and Bokuto can look too if they want. Rudeness, you can stay here or go with them. Don't want to go with me, I see how it is. Knowledge looked at Rudeness and smiled a bit. Fine, whatever, I guess I'll stay here. Great. Shall we head out then? Everyone nodded and they headed out. Bokuto and Akashi decided to walk around the neighborhood to see if any Kenmas were wandering. Knowledge turned to Kuro with a curious look. So where would you like to start? You don't have any ideas? I want you to lead the way. You're a lot different than I thought you'd be. How so? I dunno, less timid and you seem kinda intense. I'm not timidity, so the first part makes sense. But seem kinda? Knowledge glanced over Kuro as if trying to decipher what he was thinking. As a whole we're quiet and don't really have a strong personality. But individually I'd say we can be pretty expressive. Kuro snorted. Sorry, you just said that with such an expressionless face. Well, the others help more with the faces than I do. Hate to interrupt, but can we go find them so I can take a nap sooner? Oh right, of course, pudding head. So the video game store? They were approaching the store when Kuro heard someone yell. You're kidding me? Come on. There weren't many people around and Kuro glanced at the person who was just outside the store, tapping away at his small handheld console. He was surprised to see Kenma's face. Just die already. Yes. Kuro watched as he lifted his arms in celebration. It was a weird gesture considering Kenma was usually reserved and didn't like to be so outwards, especially in a public space. Kenma. The Kenma glanced up and a huge smile appeared on his face. Oh Kuro. I finally passed this level. It was hard without knowledge, but I knew I could do it. That's great, but I don't appreciate you running off. Oh sorry Sloth, I wanted to check out the new games, but then I realized I didn't have any money, then I realized we didn't finish this one and got distracted playing it here. Are you supposed to be? Joy? You're acting a lot like Hinata. Or maybe that libero, Nishimura. The Kenma looked at Kuro for a moment then started laughing. I guess you could say Joy. I'm Passion. Passion? He's like joy and anger. So many things to love and hate and I get to do both. So are you Kenma's love? Passion was already distracted again, back to playing the game as Sloth leaned against him. Yeah, a part of it. Hey, Knowledge, help me out a bit here. A part of it? No. Passion. You're yelling again. Who cares? The others aren't around. Speaking of, you haven't found the others yet? No, not yet. I don't even know who we're looking for because Determination wanted to keep it a surprise. Hey, that sounds like fun. How many are left? 3. Well, that was fast. 4 of us stayed behind. Lame, we could have made it a much more fun game. I doubt Kuro or the others would want to look for all of us. You know I'd go anywhere for you, Pudding. Passion lightly laughed, then took Kuro's hand, lifting it to his lips and pressing them on the back of his hand as he looked at him. Me too, kitten. Kuro was taken aback, slightly flustered. Where did that come from? I can't flirt with my boyfriend. It's just surprising. Kenma never says anything like that. Passion returned to casually tapping away at his game. I think about it sometimes when you make shitty jokes or flirt with that look on your face. You already know there's really nothing beyond that on my part, so the others can hold me back pretty easily. Honestly though, the feeling isn't usually this strong. Maybe it's a side effect of being separated. Yeah, I'm feeling really tired, so we should find somewhere to rest. Let's head back to Bo's house. But that's so far. Then Kuro's house. Maybe we could all head that way then. Sure, kitten, if that's what you all want. To Kuro's house. It's still weird seeing you so enthusiastic. But I think I like it. Passion walked past Kuro, gently brushing their shoulders, before glancing back with a smug smile on his face. He turned back to make sure Sloth was next to him as they started towards Kuro's house. Yeah, I really like it. So what's wrong? What do you mean? It seems like this whole splitting thing only happens when there's a problem. I'm sure you've noticed already. Knowledge looked down at the sidewalk. So you noticed too. Well, of course you did, you're so smart. It's one of the things we like about you. So what's the problem? I don't know if it's the right time to say. Does it have to do with how we haven't found love yet? Knowledge's neutral look didn't change, but he seemed a bit uncomfortable at the statement. You have to have one, right? Is there a reason he doesn't want to see me? No, it's not particularly like that. Honestly, it's a bit disappointing. I was ready to catch him in my arms. It's just making me wonder a bit. No, really, it's not like that. Kuro paused a bit before sighing. I know, Pudding, I trust you. There must be a reason. Then don't give me such a sad smile. It'd be best if you didn't mention stuff like that in front of the others. Some of them might not react very well. Is there a specific someone you have in mind? Knowledge stayed quiet. They took a few steps before they heard some voices. Please, let's just go back, I don't want him to worry about us. No, it's better here. It'll be okay. I hope. And won't he be angrier if he has to wait? But he's probably already mad. I can't handle that. Yeah, he's probably so upset with us. What if he hates us now? And Bokuto and Akashi. Did they even like us in the first place? See? It's safer right here. Yeah. Hello. Eek. Ah. Oh, Kuro. Well, you found us. Oh, you found us, please don't be mad. Mad? We made you go through the trouble of looking for us. Are you not mad? Why are you asking? Let's just go. Kuro looked between the two Kenmas who were under the small bridge at the bottom of the hill. One of them had their hood up and was standing, gently tugging on the hand of the other who was sitting and looking up at Kuro. Of course I'm not mad. You aren't? You're lying. I was already joking about it when Kawa split, so of course I'm not mad about this. Oh. The one on the ground looked relieved but still a little hesitant. The Kenma standing tugged on his hand once again, urging him to get up. I still want to go Insecurity. We already found you, so what's the point? The point is that I didn't want this in the first place, so just let us go. You don't have to drag Insecurity everywhere you go. Kuro noticed a shift in Knowledge's tone as he spoke to this Kenma. Somewhat hostile. Passion walked up next to him, still playing his game as Sloth leaned against him. Here we go again. Question mark. Anyways, it'd make more sense for us to stick together if you want to be Kenma again sooner. Guys. Insecurity wants to come with me. And we didn't even need to split in the first place. Well, there's no use dwelling on it now. All we can do is find everyone and work everything out. Like you're going to be a part of that? We all know what this is about and you're not the one who's going to have to do the talking. Yeah, he has a point, Knowledge. What? Since when does he ever have a good point? Sorry. Don't talk to Insecurity like that. Yeah, that's not cool. Knowledge sighed, seeming to collect himself for a moment. I'm sorry, Insecurity. It's okay. In any case, we've found you, so let's just get going together. No, let's just leave. We should go with them. But, please. ... Fine. The Kenma glanced at Kuro, making eye contact before looking away. So we got two more. Insecurity and Anxiety. They never go anywhere without each other. Kuro looked back at them and noticed they were still holding hands. I see. Can we just get going? Right. To Kuro's house. Kuro's house? Yeah, Sloth said he was tired, so we decided to head there. Is something wrong, Pudding? Maybe we should go look around somewhere else. Why yeah. Wouldn't it be a waste of time to stop there? Maybe, but we found you two on the way, so maybe we'll find the last Kenma. Maybe he made his way back to Bokuto's house, we should look there. Are you sure you want to walk all that way, Anxiety? Anxiety paled and dragged his hood down further over his face. No. Yes. I don't know, I would rather stay here in that case. Pudding. Anxiety startled a bit and Kuro could see him slightly trembling. He's like a scared cat. Will it make you feel better if you hold my hand? No, not right now. Okay, that's okay. Just let me know if you change your mind. I'm sorry. TSK. What are you sorry for? I can hold your hand. Do you want to? Is that okay? Of course it is. Kuro carefully took Insecurity's hand. Maybe we should go to Kuro's house. If that's what you want. Insecurity. It's closer and there's less people. Okay, fine. What was that? The wind blowing through the leaves. Oh. What was that? Oh, sorry, I tripped a little and almost dropped the game. Oh, okay. What was that? It was a cat. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. It'll be okay, Anxiety. But what if a person appears? We're in the quieter part of the neighborhood now and we're almost there. But what if it's just a person? What? It would just be a person walking down the street. They don't even care that much about your presence, so you would just mind your own business and keep walking. But people are, you know. People are scary. They can be, but there's no reason to be worried right now. That's like my whole thing, in case you haven't noticed. Kuro quietly listened to the conversation, not knowing what to say or if he should interrupt. He felt Insecurity squeeze his hand slightly. I'm sorry. Question mark. For what? Oh, you know. You don't have to apologize, Insecurity. You're not the one being irrational. There are plenty of reasons to be scared of lots of things. And you don't have any, you just get scared. That's not true. And why are you always picking on me? Or you react like this. What's that supposed to? Suddenly there was a loud clanging sound as the cat knocked over a trash can, running away from the loud sound. Anxiety jumped and tugged Insecurity's hand a bit, as Knowledge quickly looked around. It was just a cat. Anxiety, it's okay. I bet the cat and the sound and. It's okay, it was just the cat. We're okay now. Kuro watched as Anxiety looked around frantically. He looked like he was about to cry. I am right, yeah. Anxiety? Anxiety crouched down and hid his face on his knees. Just give me a second. Or like this. Knowledge. Kuro carefully moved so he was a bit closer to Anxiety, causing Insecurity to look between them. I'm sorry. This happens sometimes, I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing again? This isn't really a fun situation and you shouldn't have to deal with it. You don't have to apologize for something like this, Kenma. Now Insecurity looked like he was about to cry. Right, I'm sorry. Kuro just squeezed Insecurity's hand a bit and gave a small smile. He then turned towards Anxiety and tried to speak gently. Anxiety. Anxiety startled a bit but kept his face down. Is it okay if I crouch next to you? Sure, I guess. Kuro carefully crouched down and spoke in a soft voice. Can you take a few breaths for me? Anxiety slightly nodded and Kuro watched his back and shoulders move a bit as he inhaled and exhaled long breaths. Good. Is there anything I can do for you? Anxiety gently grabbed Kuro's sleeve and shook his head. No. I just need a second. That's okay, love, take your time. I'll be right here the whole time. He slowly took Anxiety's hand into his and gently rubbed circles over the back of it. You were probably already on edge and that was really loud and surprising. But it's okay now. It'll be okay. They remained like that for another few minutes before Anxiety slowly stood up. I'm okay now. Are you sure? Yeah. I'm sorry. ... Kuru gave Insecurity a small pat on the head to reassure him that it was okay. Let's hurry and get you to my house. Please never make me leave this place. We're going to have to when we go back. I think you enjoy my suffering. I don't really enjoy anything. Passion. Passion elbowed Knowledge, causing him to fall forward. Luckily Kuru was there to catch him. Oops, my bad. Are you okay, Pudding? Oh why yeah, I'm fine. He turned towards the others. That wasn't funny. Passion shrugged. Neither is you pretending you're immune to Kuro. Anxiety chuckled. Let's just move out of the doorway. Kuro grinned as he got an idea. Knowledge. Knowledge turned towards him and Kuro held Knowledge's face, gently pressing a kiss on his cheek. You're so pretty. Not really. I can feel his heart thumping from here. No fair. Knowledge has a heart? Kuro. Passion passed his console to Sloth before leaping at Kuro. Kuro barely caught him, stumbling back a bit before he regained his balance. Well, you caught me. You're definitely different from Kenma. Passion laughed as he let go, dropping back down so his feet touched the ground. But you love me? Passion smiled and Kuro smiled back. Of course I do. They all made their way closer into the house. You can go rest in my bed, Sloth. Kuro pulled out his phone to check if there were any new messages from Bokuto or Akashi. Looks like Bo and Akashi haven't found the last Kenma yet. I should go out looking again. If you want to stay here you can. I think you should tuck Sloth in before you go. ? Is that what you want, Pudding? I don't think you have to do that. Oh, yeah, Sloth can tuck himself in or we can help. I don't really care either way. Sloth would probably sleep better if you did. Sloth can sleep well anywhere. Kuro carefully looked between them. He pulled Sloth closer to him, letting him rest his head on Kuro's chest. What do you want me to do? Stay still cause I could fall asleep like this. God, he's too cute. I'll tuck you in, love. Sloth nodded and carefully took Kuro's hand, leading him up the stairs. Kuro heard shuffling behind him as everyone followed with Insecurity slightly dragging Anxiety along. Well, we got him here so I'm finally going to sleep now. ? He watched Sloth walk over to the closet door and sit in front of it. He was about to ask what Sloth was doing when he looked at the bed and stopped abruptly. His hoodies were all splayed out on the bed like they'd just been thrown out of his closet. In the middle of the mess was a Kenma who was peacefully sleeping. Kuro moved closer and saw that he was wearing one of his hoodies. Did he dig through my closet just to find that one? Wait. Isn't that the one I wore when I confessed? Maybe you should wake him up. Kuro glanced over at Knowledge who was next to him, looking at the bed. He looked back at the Kenma on his bed then knelt down next to him. He gently brushed the long blonde hair back then placed his hand on the Kenma's cheek. Love. The Kenma stirred and nuzzled against Kuro's hand. He opened his eyes and the moment he saw Kuro, his face softened. Kuro could practically see hearts in his eyes. His lips curved upwards slightly into the sweetest smile Kuro's ever seen. Kuro. The way this Kenma had so affectionately spoken his name made Kuro feel all light inside before he suddenly felt a bit overwhelmed. ? Love slowly sat up with a confused look on his face. He carefully reached his hands out and held Kuro's face, observing him a bit. He moved so that his legs dangled over the edge then pulled Kuro's face closer to his chest and stomach. He wrapped his arms around him and gently petted his hair. Kuro was still for a bit as Love did what he wanted before he wrapped his arms around Love too, his grip a bit tighter. He felt Love lean forward and place his head on top of his. What's wrong? Nothing, kitten. He must have not believed him because Love just continued petting his hair and rubbing his back a bit. After a while Kuro finally lifted his head and looked up at Love who smiled at him. He cupped Kuro's face and leaned forward, pressing a kiss to his forehead then both his cheeks. It's okay. Your soft voice is really going to kill me, Pudding. Love just smiled wider at him. He looked at Knowledge. He's wondering if you're okay now. Yeah, I'm okay. Love gave him a look like he was still doubting it. I was just a little worried. Love nodded slightly before taking Kuro's hand into his. He brought it up to his mouth, keeping eye contact with Kuro despite having to turn his head a bit to place a kiss on the back of his hand. Kuro let out a relieved sigh and laughed a bit. I really thought you didn't want to see me. He felt Love squeeze his hand and glance around the room before leaning so their foreheads touched. You're so cute. Wait, but if the problem wasn't that you didn't want to see me, then what is it? Yeah, we should probably talk about that. He glanced at Passion, who found his way next to Sloth, sitting in front of the closet and still playing his game. Or we could fix this since we found everyone. You know that's not going to work. We could try. We have to talk about this anxiety. Yeah, it benefits all of us. Why couldn't you get determination instead then? He's way better at this stuff. Because he's not the problem. I want to go home. Let's go Insecurity. No, we're talking about this. You're not the boss of me. Oh, that's funny because I recall being the one at the controls most of the time. And that's ever made me listen to you? Let's not fight like this right now. Kuro noticed Insecurity glancing at him. Tell that to him. It's not like he listens to anyone. Look who's talking. Kenma. It's okay, Kuro, we'll talk about this. No, we won't. There was some more bickering and Kuro really wasn't sure what to do. He heard Love sigh before getting up and the room went quiet. They watched as he grabbed a plate off the side table Kuro hadn't noticed before. He brought it back to Kuro, pulled off the plastic wrap on top, and set it in front of them. It was a plate of some cut-up fruit. Did you do this? Love nodded. Eat. Everything Love said came out so softly. Like he wasn't used to speaking. But all his words felt so full of affection. Kuro smiled, then took a piece. He watched as Love took one too without any convincing. He watched him enjoy the apple slice, then turned toward the others. Knowledge and Anxiety were still standing, but Insecurity sat on the floor between them, across from Kuro. I want to fix whatever's wrong, Pudding. But it's okay, we don't need to talk about it. If that were true, then we wouldn't be here like this. Please talk to me. It's fine. You found love and everything's fine. I want to help Kitten. Then call Bokuto and get the crystal so we can be put back together. You're so stubborn. PFT, yeah, I'm stubborn. Why can't you help us just once? Help? Oh, you mean besides keeping us all safe? Because our classmates are so scary that we shouldn't even look at them. I just. You know it's overwhelming. It shouldn't be. But they probably wouldn't like us anyway. What do you mean they wouldn't like you? Everyone I know who knows you loves you. Like the team. That's just different. Is that what this is about? Not really. Kuro sighed and made his way to sit on the floor, Love following. Is it about us? Did I do something wrong? No, it's just we don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to get the others, then we'll just go ourselves. Come on, Insecurity. Oh, but Anxiety. They all turned to Passion, who flicked his eyes up from his game to glare at Anxiety. Sit down. A startled Anxiety quietly sat down, but started fidgeting and avoiding eye contact. Oh no, I see it. Kuro. Yes? Honestly, I'm still torn about this whole thing. Earlier I thought this was a good idea, but right now, I'm just getting kind of annoyed. Anxiety's not going to just calm down right now, so stop acting like you don't know what's wrong and start talking. But I don't. Then there wasn't a reason you were doubting Love. ... Kuro felt something poke his cheek and turned towards Love, who then grabbed his hand, giving it a light squeeze. Fine, there is something. I guess lately it just feels like you've been pulling back more than usual. I'm sorry. Are you sorry because you didn't mean to or cause it's true? Both, I guess. I thought you might not like me anymore, but that doesn't seem to be it, so can you tell me why? How could we ever not like you anymore? We didn't mean to make you feel like that. It's just other stuff, so forget about it. I can't just forget when it's about us, Pudding. Then it's not about us. I can't forget when it's about you either. It's fine. It's not fine. Insecurity. I didn't really want to talk about it either, but I don't want to hurt Kuro. Talking won't fix anything anyways. Why do you think that? Because it just won't. Pudding, I'm here for you. PFT. Yeah, right. He is here for us. Why are you acting like this? And why should I believe that after he? Question mark. After I what? Nothing, it's stupid. I'm sure it's not stupid. Kuro noticed Anxiety fidgeting a bit more. Love, who had a concerned look on his face, gently reached out for Insecurity's hand. Insecurity quickly snatched it away, then awkwardly laughed. No, it's dumb. Don't worry about it, Kuro. Anyways, I'm sorry we made you feel like that. So we're okay now, right? Of course we're not okay. Well, I don't wanna talk about it, so we don't have to. Right, Kuro? Kenma. I don't want to make you talk about it, but I'm worried. And we probably can't fix anything without having this conversation. Anxiety started squirming more in his spot. But you. Why? You always say it's okay. And now we're here like this. That's why I want to go back to Bokuto's house. What could be so bad that you don't want to talk about it? I know you're not the most talkative, but you don't usually have a problem with me. I just don't like it. Don't like what? Why don't you understand what's wrong? You almost always just understand. Kuro can't read minds. Yeah, but he always seems to know. Maybe he doesn't know because we've lost his interest. Love squeezed Kuro's arm tightly. How could I lose interest? Kenma, I've loved you for 10 years. That's way too long. You've loved me just as long. Haven't you? Way too long to love me. Even forever wouldn't be long enough. He felt love lean into him. You're just saying that. You know I mean it. Look, love knows I mean it. Yeah, well, he doesn't get to be at the controls much, so does that even matter? Insecurity looked like he regretted saying that. What does that mean? Nothing. Exactly what it sounds like. Insecurity and anxiety haven't been letting him have a turn. Snitch. That explains the distance I've been feeling. No, he's still there. Of course he's still there. So don't look so sad, please. I'm sorry. But how could we let him have a turn when he's so attached to you? I don't understand how that's bad. He seems happy. But it must be annoying, right? No. How? We don't. We can't function correctly. Kuro isn't sure if he imagined the momentary hurt on Anxiety's face, but he definitely tensed. Kenma. Maybe you have some more issues with people than others, but I've never thought you don't function correctly. But it's true. I don't like this conversation. We need to have it. I want to leave. And hurt Kuro even more. I don't know why you're siding with him all of a sudden. I'm not siding with anyone. I just don't want Kuro to be sad anymore. Then maybe we should just let him go already. Whoa whoa whoa. Okay, let's rewind here, kitten. I don't want to break up. I just want to talk with you. Unless that's what you really want. Of course it's not. I'm sorry, he makes extreme suggestions sometimes. It's okay, Pudding, thoughts happen. But then that's not even on the table right now. But Insecurity looked like he was going to cry. I feel so bad. We can't give you anything. If anything, you're missing out because of us. I don't think I'm missing out on anything though. You can't hang out with people for long because we can't handle it sometimes. Anxiety looked away. You know I'm okay with that if that's what you need. I can still see them without you if I really want to. We're not really fun. You know I love spending time with you. We can't spend as much time with you as you want. I respect that you need alone time, Kenma, and I know you push yourself sometimes for me. I actually feel kinda bad about that, but it's nice to know you care. We can't even show you we care the right way. Is there a right way? You always make sure to say good morning, walk with us, ask about our day and tell us about yours, make sure we eat, reassure us, give us compliments, and a whole bunch of other things. You never judge us, you try to make sure we're okay, and help when being with other people is too overwhelming. You're like a safe place. And it's not fair that we can't do that for you. What makes you think I don't feel the same way about you? We know that you love us. It's just hard sometimes. Kenma. Kuro felt a finger pressed to his lips and looked down at Love, who was looking at Insecurity and Anxiety. His eyes followed Love's other arm to where his hand was holding Anxiety's wrist. It looked like Anxiety was reaching to cover Insecurity's mouth. He nodded at Insecurity to continue. It's so nice when you smile. When your blocks score points and you get so excited. When you and Bo make fun of each other and laugh. When you're doing something dumb but you have so much fun we can't help but have fun too. When you're talking about something new you learned. When you talk to other people and light up. Kuro noticed Anxiety lower his hand and felt Love melt into his side with a smile. It all reminds us how much we actually like you. But it's like we can't participate. I wonder why we can't just talk to people. Be there like you are. Not that I'm comparing us to you. I guess it just feels like we're watching from the sideline and you have to take care of us and interrupt your fun. You're really pretty when you're having fun with everyone and you deserve someone who can do that with you. And that seems like a level we can never unlock. Do you still have fun, kitten? Yeah. Then that's all that matters. But I have fun just being with you. And our friends and I already know that's just how you are. No one expects you to be loud and talkative. You know I support you if you want to change, but you don't need to be someone else pudding. But we must be doing something wrong. Why would you think that? We heard you in the kitchen. That's not. You've always told us everything, but you didn't tell us about that. Did we do something that'd make you think we'd react that badly? Wait, no, I don't want to know. I just thought maybe you'd be disappointed. And it helped the others and you've just been pulling away lately. I joked about using it with you, but you know I'd never force you to. So I gave it to Bo. We said you should get rid of it, but we never really cared one way or the other. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. We made you scared to tell us something. We're not always going to agree on things. But I don't want you to ever feel like you can't talk to us. I know we're not the warmest and Love can't express himself very well, so I'm sorry. And it's only gotten worse, so I'm sorry. ... Honestly. Insecurity. Insecurity looked like he was hesitating. Love reached out and took his hand. Honestly. We're really scared about you leaving. Me leaving? For university. Oh. Are you sure you want to talk about that? No. Yeah. We thought keeping a bit of distance would help us get ready. But it just ended up upsetting you. ... I'm gonna miss you a lot too, Kenma. Anxiety started tearing up. Then don't go. You know we can't ask that. Please don't go. I know it'll be hard, pudding. I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do without you? He was full on crying now. Insecurity noticed a flash of guilt on Kuro's face. Pudding. You don't have to feel bad about it. You shouldn't give up a chance for your future for us. But it hurts so bad. I want you to stay. Anxiety, please. Why do you keep taking Knowledge's side? I'm not taking his side. Why do you keep acting like I don't know? It was Knowledge's idea to do this, but I know you helped him. I just wanted to help us. Kuro's leaving and we can't do anything about it, so what's the point of this? You know it helps us to talk about it. It just makes us love him more. Anxiety choked up on some more tears. Insecurity, you and I both don't want that, so why? What do you mean? It scares me sometimes how much we love you. And the more we do, the more it'll hurt when you leave. Insecurity let go of Love's hand. What do we have to offer? Sometimes it feels like we're not even a person, so what happens when you eventually see what's wrong with us? You're going to leave. But most of us know you wouldn't do that. Why can't we just calm down? I know you mean why can't I calm down? Then why can't you at least do that when Kuro's here? Anxiety's restlessness increased. It looked like he wanted to leave but couldn't move. Please just calm down. Anxiety seemed frustrated. Why do you have to act like this sometimes? Hey, kitten. It's okay. I hate you seeing this side of us. That's why we should go somewhere else. Why is that always your suggestion? Can both of you stop already? See, no, Passion's upset. He's been slightly irritated. We shouldn't be feeling that way right now. Why not? Huh? Why shouldn't you be feeling that way right now? I hate when we feel this way. You're so patient and open and kind. We shouldn't be scared or upset. Being vulnerable is scary. Even when you know you can trust the other person. Some things are hard to talk about, and that's okay. I know you overthink too and try to solve everything in your head by yourself. And this whole thing sucks, so I don't blame you for being upset. Anyways, irritation can be a byproduct of anxiety. I know you don't experience that part often, but it's okay to feel that way. It's not like you're taking it out on anyone. You don't mind. Mind what? Me? Why would I mind? Because when he didn't elaborate any further, Kuro spoke. I don't like seeing the way you react to your feelings sometimes. Anxiety is a normal thing. It's because we had to survive in the past. But I also know it can get bad enough for you to affect your life, and I want to do whatever I can to help you. But in the end, I love all of you, kitten. He took Insecurity's and Anxiety's hands into his. Love hesitantly placed his on top of Kuro's. Insecurity looked at their hands, the room silent for a bit. I hate it too. Huh? The way we react to feelings. He took a deep breath. Anxiety. I've been helping Knowledge because I don't want to do this anymore. What? We've always been together. I've started to think it's not good for us. When I think something bad about us, you start to get restless and echo it. When you start going to the controls, I can't help but wonder why we can't be better. It was fine before. Like we deserve to feel this bad and that's just how it is. But what I hate the most is hurting Kuro. He cares about us and I know it hurts to see us feel like this. So you're leaving me too. I'm sorry. Knowledge doesn't even care about how we feel. We're more efficient when we're not clouded with negative emotions. Plus relationships are important for health, so we need a good relationship. We can't do that if you're constantly blocking love. Kuro noticed a look on Love's face. Like he wanted to say something to Knowledge. I don't think they're the only ones blocking Love. What? You and Anxiety have been fighting since we found him. He's difficult, clouds our judgment, and doesn't make sense. Those are probably the thoughts you've been giving to Insecurity, huh? Love waved his hand a bit to get everyone's attention, then brought his finger to his mouth, shushing Knowledge. He looked at Insecurity. Knowledge and I share some thoughts about you, Anxiety. But that's not why I think this. I hate having to worry what other people think about you and you feeling worse because I care what other people think. I just hate feeling like this towards you. And Kuro, you mean a lot to us and I don't want you to go. But I'd feel worse asking you not to. ... I also hate how much we rely on you. It's okay, I don't mind. It's not. It's not okay. We can't keep doing it. I don't want our worth to be dependent on you. I didn't know you felt that way. Of course your worth isn't dependent on me. I'm not as bad as other people's, I think. But I've been getting worse. It feels like we're incapable of so much now. You're reliable and like to take care of us, so I thought it was okay. But I can't help but wonder why we can't do certain things. It makes me feel bad to rely on you so much. Especially since you're leaving, I realized we can't do much without you. And our happiness is so dependent on you. That's not fair. For either of us. I want to be okay without you. I want Kenma to like himself. Without you. I want us to feel better. And it's not just for you. I probably understand Love the least. But I think what we want aligns now. So I want him to start having more control again. Kuro gave his hand a light squeeze. I didn't know you felt that way and I'm sorry if I've ever made you feel bad. It's okay. I know you didn't do anything on purpose. Kuro's eyes softened. You're so beautiful and so capable, Kenma. You know I fully believe that, right? Insecurity smiled a bit. I know you do. And I'll support you in any way I can. I know you will. And Anxiety, you'll be okay. It's scary. Remember after Kuro asked us out? You felt different that night. I could relax and fall asleep a little and you spent so long talking with determination and passion. Even Love was there smiling along. Yeah, we know you're not all bad. You and I talk when we're expecting a new game to come out. Anxiety looked around the room. Love slowly scooted closer to him, then took one of his hands into his. Anxiety looked down at their hands and seemed tired. He leaned his head on Insecurity's shoulder and slowly released his hand. Love quickly held it. Anxiety nodded his head. His breathing slowed as he fell asleep. Insecurity rested his head on Anxiety's. I'm sorry for all this. Kuro smiled, then leaned forward and ran his fingers through Insecurity's hair. It's okay. So this is some of what goes on in that head of yours. It's exhausting. I thought it was interesting. So don't be afraid to tell me all of what you're thinking. That's what determination and I have been saying. Even Knowledge won't say it all out loud sometimes. 99% of what you're thinking is video games. Yeah, and you help me think through them. Knowledge sighed. Maybe it's time to get back to Bokuto's house. Look, now you're just trying to change the subject. Are you sure you're okay carrying him? Yeah, he's pretty light. No one wanted to wake Anxiety up, so Kuro offered to give him a piggyback ride. He was able to have one hand free, so Insecurity let Love hold it. They made their way back to Bokuto's house. I'm kind of surprised he got like this so easily. Insecurity affects him easily and he usually calms down quicker when we're around you. Plus Love helped this time. It's not going to be easy once we're back together, but it's a start. Kuro studied Knowledge. I still don't think you should be as harsh on him as you are. I'll keep that in mind. So this was all your idea? Did you plan this? Knowledge looked at Anxiety, then at Kuro. I figured this would be a direct and quick way to talk about our relationship. I already said it, but it's important that we're in a good place. You and I both know we love you, but it seemed like you were doubting it, so I had to do something. I didn't think that would happen with Insecurity and Anxiety though. AR. Insecurity looked embarrassed. How'd you know that'd work though when Love can't say that much to him? Does he need to say things for me to know you love me? Kenma's always been more of a love through action type of person. Love grinned and leaned into Kuro's side. But I guess it would be nice if you said it more. He smirked and Love fake pouted. They laughed. Kenma groaned as he opened his eyes. The light being too bright. Out of the corner of his eye he saw someone next to him, holding himself up with one arm and looking at Kenma. Welcome back, Pudding. I thought 4 hours would be enough sleep. Kuro laughed. You didn't fall asleep from sleep deprivation. Kenma squinted at Kuro then rolled over, burying his face in his chest. I think it might be that this time. Hey, don't fall asleep, Bo and Akashi are downstairs waiting for us. No, I wanna sleep. Should I take you home? Kenma shook his head. He snuggled closer and Kuro chuckled again. You're so needy. He didn't try to move away so Kenma held onto the part of Kuro's sweatshirt he grabbed and stayed close. Kuro. I love you. There was a pause before Kenma felt fingers running through his hair. I love you too. I love you. I love you, I love you. I love you so much. Okay, don't say it so much. Feels like you not saying it much makes it special. ... I love you. You little, you're going to hold this over me now, huh? Kenma turned his face to look at Kuro, sending him his little close-mouthed smile. The furrow of Kuro's eyebrows disappeared and his frown became a grin. He leaned down and kissed Kenma's smile. When he pulled back, Kenma leaned forward again and kissed him. He took Kuro's hand and held it close to his chest, over his heart.